Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so let's see if there were any comments here on this one. He says, seems to me you're assuming it's never null here, and if it were, we would find out if and only if debug crashing is enabled. It's not an assumption. It's not, the code is pretty clear about this, that the expectation is that it's not supposed to be null. Thing template is not supposed to be null. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. So here it says if actually they could have made it debug assert crash and not, no, there's a return. No, I mean it should throw actually. The constructor should probably throw. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it returns. Which means this thing will be garbage entirely, right? Yeah. So let's see. The function was the function in question is equivalent to, right? Is equivalent to. Good. So let's see. Let's see who is calling it. Find template. Is equivalent to. I see. Okay, so here it's safe. Here. Power plan. Here's already a null check. This one doesn't need checking. This one doesn't need checking. It's not so many. Yeah, so here's also already tested. Yeah, so only after I find templates. Yeah. To me, it's pretty clear how this needs to be fixed. So every time there is a find template and there is not a null check, then add a null check. If there already is a null check, don't add a null check. If we just call get thing template, then we expect it is not null. No need to check. Yeah. Yeah. The intent is pretty clear. The intent is clear. Think templates is equivalent to template. So hold on. Thing. Oh, hold on. Thing is equivalent. I see. This thing. Okay, I think I mixed something up here. I thought that is equivalent to is part of thing, but it's not part of thing. Okay, I apologize. I looked at this wrong. I previously thought is equivalent to is part of thing and not thing template. The amount of callers to is equivalent to how many hits are there? 28. 28. There are only 28 callers to is equivalent to, so I think we can remove this test and fix the callers. Fix the callers where so necessary. Yeah, so I would suggest remove this check here, this one. Remove this test. And then fix all the callers. So here, add a check for thing, template, and everywhere else where this is required. Yeah. Here it's not necessary because we expect get thing template is not null, but it is necessary when we find it. So here in this case, here it needs to be tested, and maybe in some other places. Yeah. Good. Let's get back to this here. Yeah. Other neighbor. Right. Let's look at this. Other neighbor. Other neighbor. Other neighbor. What is this language here? Initialize this neighbor to nothing. Code from the hood. Okay, dereferencing null pointer. Okay, okay. Hmm. 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 So, what is the expectation? If it was null, well, it would crash, right? So, um, hmm. Neighbor. No neighbor. Yeah. Neighbor. I don't know if it makes sense to put a null check here. My assumption is that it will not return null because there is an assert here. Actually, hold on this. Build neighbors. Sanity. This poly neighbors. New poly neighbor. Allocate neighbors. Who's calling that? This one is, okay. Aha. I see. This actually, I see. like I think the better interface for this function would be to return a, well, yeah, pointer. Okay. Yeah, it's not expected to return null. Yeah, I think I will just leave it for now. It's not, it doesn't look like an error. Yeah. Although it would be nice to get rid of this. Can we write it in a way so we don't have this? I think in C++ 23 assume expression. So I think what we do is we go to CPP macros. We put a define assume. Hold on. C++ 23 macro. C++ 23 macro 23 macro. C++ 23 macro. C++ man. Here. There we go. Then we put another one here. If C++ is larger or equal that, else, and if define assume x let's put a C for condition. What's it? Assume that assume C, there we go. And then so we simply put here assume other neighbor is not null. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Global data. Global data. Huh. Dereferencing null pointer. What? What? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Why is this complaining? Null pointer. The writable global data is assumed to be a null pointer. Why? I don't understand. Clearly it's testing it here. Or not? Huh? I don't understand. Apply. Huh? Why is this complaining? Do we have to explicitly say it's not null? Huh? Is that a joke? Why is it gone now? I don't understand. Why is this not a problem here then? I don't understand. Why is this a problem here? Okay, I have no clue why that makes the warning disappear. We also have a bunch of typos here. Trilinear. How's that spelled? Okay, somehow that gets rid of the warnings, but I don't understand why. It makes no sense. Yeah. That makes no sense. Oh, it's back. Okay, never mind. That didn't help. Dereferencing null pointer. Could it be that it just doesn't understand? It doesn't understand that this. Yeah, I think. I think that it's simply the static analyzer is tripping up here. It doesn't understand. that this is testing the variable here. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Then never mind. Then we just skip ahead. Yeah. Okay, screw that. Good. What do we have here? PBMI. Oh, local alloc. So it claims that this one can fail. I see. Okay, well, how about we say if that is null, then return. How about that? Okay. And then here, and then this one is solved as well. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Here we got this bullshit again. It's strange that it doesn't complain here, right? Yeah, it's weird. Did we miss something? Let me go back up here. Did we miss something? Where is it? Here. I don't understand why this is... I don't understand. It looks the same to me here. If this was... Oh, I see. I see. I see the error. There we go. There we go. Jesus, that is sneaky. Okay. Wow, okay. Never mind. Never mind. Cool. Okay. Okay, so here it complains about global data because here it tested it and here it does not. I have no clue why they made it so complicated. Why not just put this here? Why does this... Why is this so complicated here? I think we probably want to do it similar to this here, right? It's an int. Okay, how about we put here a larger than 0 for starters, and then here Then here we also do the same. I would say we put the same stuff here 3 times. Put this, and this. Oh shit. Shit. Man, what's going on with the copying here? Okay, is that correct or did we make a mistake? Looks correct. Can we simplify this maybe? What happens if we dynamically allocate an array of size 0? Is legal, but the behavior varies slightly between language version environments. Here's what you need to know. This is legal. The return pointer R will be non-null, but you must not dereference it. Okay. You must still delete it properly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so currently this would allocate, if it was 0, then let me see how this is used. Actually, let me see how this is used. Occluders list. Okay. Okay, it always goes by the number here. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty safe. Yeah, so if it was null, it wouldn't try to dereference anything. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Hold on. Okay, the destructor are properly... Okay, that's good. Actually, no, that's not necessary. We can't... It's legal to call delete on null. So this is redundant. Check here. Yeah. It only matters how we access it. Yeah. Okay, let me see the other one. That looks fine. That looks fine. Okay, well, this one is null, so no, 0. Then this one is safe. Okay. Shit. I wonder if we should, for now, just allocate if it is 0 anyway. Or how about we do the following? Okay, for starters, let's move this up here. Then we say if the global data, yeah, then we put that here, and we put that there, and then we remove these checks here. Yeah, maybe not. Let me just do that. No. Yeah. Let's go with this for now. It changes the logic a bit more than like what we did in other places, because essentially this is now less likely to be not null. no, is more likely to be null if this one was 0, but the question is it actually 0 to begin with, right? Probably not. Let me see the default values of this, if it has any. $512. Okay. So these guys probably have values. Yeah. Okay. No, I think then this is fine. Good. Next. The game logic. Dereferencing null pointer. Dereferencing null pointer. Dereferencing null pointer. Okay, but how likely is it that we need to check the game logic? Is that a common thing that we check that? Doesn't seem it doesn't seem plausible that we test the game logic. If the game logic does not exist, then the whole game doesn't exist, right? So why bother testing this? There are some, yeah, but visibility check. Let me see other functions in this file. This one is not checked. Yeah. I don't think we need to test that. It's probably useless. No. Let's simply input the current frame, assign it here directly. Boom, done. There we go. That solves the problem. Well, let's say it solves that warning. Okay. Using uninitialized memory center pos. Oof. If tactical view. Well, what's the what are we supposed to do if the technical view was no? Just putting a garbage position also doesn't sound right. Like 0, 0. That doesn't help. I'm not sure what we should do here. Technical view. How likely is this null? If ever. Tactical view. Where's the tactical view written? Here, null. Create view. In-game UI. In-game UI. Init. I'm not sure. Screen pause. Get width. Get height. Screen to terrain. Screen to terrain. I will leave this for now. I'm not sure what to how to change it. Yeah. Good. Here we have the same problem again. Look at that. Boom. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Using uninitialized memory, HR. Oof. Oof. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see the problem here. If shader type is true, if else is false. Oh, I see. I see the problem. It's probably never. This should be. Shader type bool. This should be, if not false. There we go. If not false. Shader type pixel. Vertex. Okay. I think we can remove this condition. Why is the shader type a Boolean? What? Why is the shader type a Boolean? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Load and create shader. How's this called? False. It literally is called with false. Jesus Christ. And true. So true is vertex shader. Vertex. True. Yeah. False. Pixel shader. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Okay, how about we simply say let's simplify this to if shader type vertex, or we say else. There we go. Okay. Next, this problem again. Man, this problem happens quite often. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's keep on moving. NDX. I see. There we go. Done. Next. This problem again. Yeah, we'll skip that. It's way too complicated. Okay. Some more here. Oof. Oof. mdata. I have seen that before. Yeah. It doesn't look pretty. mdata size. Oof. mdata size. mdata. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's the same problem as the other place we looked at. It's literally the same problem as this one. With this bullshit calculation here. This. How does that work? Why is it overflowing? It's divided by 2. Okay. Divided by 2. But still, I don't understand. I guess. Data size. Data size times 1. But 2 bytes might be written. Data size. Why is this complaining? Is it because of minimum size, maybe? Like if this was size 1, if data size was 1, why is this complaining? 1. But then this is 1 as well. Two times. Okay, so the data size expected to be width times height. Okay. Width, W height. Okay. Let's say width is 1 and height is 1. Then your width and your height is 1. Then 0 times 1 plus j. This would be 1 times 1 data size. It's not 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. What if we put a Could it be that it cannot be 1? That would be too small. What is it if it's 2? 2 times 2, 4. Then, so with 2 plus 1 is 3 divided by 2. Let's see. 3 divided by 2 is 1, right? 1, yeah. So that's 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Let me ask ChatGPT what he thinks about this. The following codes. C++ codes. Let's remove some of the uninteresting parts. Let's keep it. The following codes gives these warnings here. Gives warnings. What is the problem? The warnings you're seeing generated by stick right, specifically in this loop, yeah. Let's break it down. You allocate M data, yeah. But then you reuse M data and place like resize like operation, treating the data as 2D array, yeah. What's actually wrong? I times new widths plus j may exceed M data size. You're now writing up to new widths, seer. It can be nearly half the size of the original. Oof. You're writing over the buffer M data during the resize without reallocating. What? I still don't understand it. Nearly half the size. It can be nearly half the size of the original. Okay, let me double check which part he exactly complains about. Let me create a duplicate of this. We just set, what is M data? Unsigned byte. We just set it to 0. How about that? Okay. So, and the other one, we do this. 0. Okay, so which one is he complaining about? Probably the second, right? No, he's complaining about it first. New width. New width. M width. Plus 1 half. I. Oh. Okay, that's still surprising to me. Writable size, but 2 bytes might be written. Data size. Plus J. Okay, so let's say new height was 1 and new width was 1. Then it would write to 0. Just 0. Yeah. Buffer overrun writing to M data. The writable size is M data size times 1. 2 bytes might be written. 2 bytes might be written. Data size. Okay, let's say it's 0. 0. 0. 1 divided by 2. Okay, let's say a data size was 0. Then what? And it's 1 divided by 2. 0. Okay, but then this doesn't happen. Okay, let's say it's 1. Then it's 2. 2 divided by 2. Well, it's 1 here. Then, if it's 1, then this will only ever be 0, 0. So it will be 0 times 1 plus 0 is 0. I still don't see it. I don't see it. There's some trick some trick is here. Yeah. Some trick. Yeah. Something's tricky. It's interesting. I would have thought it complained about this guy here. But it's complaining about this one. Data I new height. New height. New height. New height. New height. New height. The writable size is m data size times 1. 2 bytes might be written. 2 bytes might be written. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably something super stupid. I'm not seeing it. Reading invalid data from m data. The readable size is m data times 1. Yeah. But 3 bytes may be read. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong here. I have no clue. Someone smarter than me has to look at this. I also don't understand what ChatGPT is saying here. I don't see it. Even with this explanation. You're writing this might go up to this. You're reading from might go up to that. But since that, then I assume you could be writing past. But Oh. Possible incorrect order of operations. Oh, it's probably because of the dereference here. Incorrect order of operations. Possibly incorrect order of operations. Okay. Incorrect order of operations. So P alpha, get alpha data, P blend data, blend buffer, BGR. I think it probably goes away if we remove this here. Just increment it, right? Yeah. Okay, what do we have here? Sub-objects. Dereferencing null pointer. Sub-objects. Dereferencing null pointer, sub-object. Okay, so this one can return null then, yeah. Maybe. It could return null, yeah. Sub-object count. Get num sub-objects. Okay. I assume that this number corresponds. Ah, Jesus. Man, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's some absolute bullshit. It's probably null checks here everywhere. So let me find. I have an idea, but let me see other calls to this function, how they treat it. Do they do they check it for null, or there's an assert? Here tested. Yeah. I will not touch it for now. I don't know. If it can be null or not, I don't know. I will leave it. Okay. We have touched quite a lot of files. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then let me compile this. We didn't fix everything, but I think we fixed like 80% or so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good, then I would say we let it compile first. Yeah, see if there's anything wrong. You can also inquire about issues before creating reports. I have roughly all things that were worked on in my head. Search first. Search first. Then ask when unsure. Then post. Best send me a private message to not disturb chat. The rebels ambush, sometimes making the rebels die on spawn. I think they die when placed on impassable terrain, right? This might not be tracked. Probably code issue. Let me search for him. Ambush. No results. Let me go to patch. Ambush. Rebel. It's probably not tracked. Good. Then this has compiled. Wonderful. Okay. Next step, I would say we stash this. Then we go to main branch. Then we create a new branch. We call it that. Call it tmp temp msvc static analysis TMP fix msvc static analysis. Yeah. Warnings. Okay. Then we stash pop. Then I would say the first thing we do, we just submit the bulk. 0 hour ZH fixes commit. We just commit this bulk. Then we go to projects, super hacker here, build. No, git diff. We go here, tools git bash, paste. We take this hash, then we paste that, then we do this and that and that and that, and paste, and voila. And then we take this guy here, paste, and good to go. And then we check it, and there are some errors. Okay, state machine. Oof. Okay, I think the state machine thing, it does not apply to general. So let's reset that module if template. Upgrade my dev templates. Okay, let me launch Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. Okay, so we search for this here. Oops, that is the wrong project. Code. Select. There we go. Code related. I suggest you test if you make sandbox tests, perhaps test with VC6 builds plus general's game patch builds. Then you will not run into any fixed issues, that we have already fixed. I think I have a precompiled game patch somewhere. I think it's in Gentour. Gentour super patch. Yeah. I have a snapshot. There's a snapshot of General's game patch here. In case you do not build it yourself. Yes, I suggest to create a new install for testing. Just copy paste your entire game folder, and then you can use it exclusively for testing. Okay, so we wanted to search for, by the way, did I answer his question? Code, I already answered. Yes, maybe just send a few in bulk, because I'm always busy. If I do not respond, then go ahead and do what you think is best. Okay, let me search for this here. Template, conflicting mask, set. Conflicting mask. How about we open CMake, we build generals. Yeah. Because I want to see the green lines, right? Yeah. Okay. Then where are we? Here. This function. Conflicting masks. Mask. Template. The template. Not template. Yeah, okay, it's the same. Then here we simply apply this module CPP. There we go. Oh, there's an error. Okay, that's that. Reset. There we go. Score screen. Score screen. Case. Let's search for this. Oh, hold on. There's another one. Huh. Okay. That's surprising. Activation mask. Huh. Okay. Let me search for this. So here we have the same problem. Okay. Okay, and let's fix that as well. There we go. That's the spirit. Oh, I wrote spirit. Spirit. Okay, Maula is spamming me. Let's see what he has to say. I may have come across another case of the parent state machine getting nuked while in use with a replay. Issue 924 for playbacks like this. Would be nice to get a game time overlay implemented at some point sooner than later. Is that crash fixed with the state machine branch? State machine fix branch. It is not yet merged into main, I think. Okay, before we continue with the replication, let's see what is new here. Some calls are like this. Unit get template. So it might work better to move the check to function. Move the check to if unit is a thing, then we can expect that unit get template does not return null. then we can and should expect does not return null. If it does, then the bug is elsewhere and needs to be fixed. Then a bug is elsewhere. Let me get a quote here. Means equals, not equivalent. Yeah, I don't know. Using the comparison operator for unrelated types, is that good practice? Is using, I mean, could, right? I rarely see this, that unrelated types are being compared. Is equivalent. What does it do actually? Hold on. Is equivalent to. My current instinct is to not change it. Ah, well, it compares sync template with sync template. No, then you could do a but it's not okay. So in principle, I agree. You could have like an operator equal and then compared, but I think this function does not make the claim to be equal. It just makes a claim to be equivalent, right? So logically speaking, operator equals is always like everything matches, right? Down to the bone. But I think that is not the intent here. Is there an operator? No, there's not. Thing template. Thing template. Thing templates. I think there might already be a operator comparison. Let me make a test here. Let me search for thing template somewhere. Yeah. Let me just make a comparison. If thing template equals thing, does that work? No, does not. Okay, so a comparison operator actually doesn't exist. No, okay. I could, but I would just leave it equivalent to because that's the original name for it, and I think that's fine. It's easier to go to like it's easier to jump to functions than it is to operators. Yeah. Good. Let's get back to code. Where are we? Here. Chile enemy. Okay, I'm curious why it was not able to apply those things there. Oh, this one says USA. This one says America. Huh. Interesting. Comparing, please. Okay. Okay. I can reset that. Next. Oof. That's not too much. Not too much. Don't use memset on virtual classes. Yeah. Please. Yeah. Do not use memsets. Game crashed after a flame drop with Chinox. Good. So what do we want to do here? Update draw build animations. Okay. Okay. Huh. But why did they add the null check there then? Update and draw world animations. Delete what? This game pause. Okay, so here we simply do move this down. There we go. Okay. Okay, reset. Next. Fourth row. Let's search for this one here. Okay. Okay. Let's search for intentional fall through here. Nothing. Okay. Intentional fall through. 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 Fuck. What is this? Why is it not found? Can we see? Let me see. Okay, so this is double click, right double click, and left double click. Okay. Maybe this message doesn't exist in generals. It does. Left double click. Left double click. Channels. Selection. Ah, command here. Ah, I see. Okay, I see. Then that's fine. Okay. Partition manager. Results. Result. Four. Okay. Results 0. Okay. Threshold. Okay. Disable attack. EMP update. I think this doesn't exist in generals. EMP, yeah. Actually, it does. Huh. Okay. Well, interesting. I don't understand. EMP update. Do disable attack. Leaflet drop. Ah. Leaflet drop. I see. I see. Deliberately falling through. Special ability updates. Does this exist in generals? It does. It does. But it is that. Black Lotus. Steer cache hack. fall through. Let me search for that. Okay. I got the saber building. What's the time? 2 hours 10. I think it's time for a break. Rebase your state machine fixed branch with resume. This replay gets a mismatch and it's likely related to the past find variable. Can do. Good. I think I will take a break here. It has been 2 hours. Yeah. I'm already feeling a bit attached to the chair. Good. Then I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.